It's March 10th, 2021, and you know what that means. Happy Mario Day, everyone. Hey Nintendo fans and collectors, Lithium here from my channel Nintendo Collecting. Today is a great day in Nintendo's franchise. They always celebrate Mario Day, and this year they have some sales, 35% off some games, so I'll get to that later for the 35th anniversary of Mario. There's some games that won't be in stores anymore, there's some activities you can do, and I'm going to go through lots of ideas of how you might want to celebrate Mario Day. I'm also going to talk about my personal favorite top Mario games. My top 3 main series games, RPG games, Mario Kart, and Mario Party games. So before I get too far into this video, I would love to hear from you, what is your favorite Mario moments? What's your favorite, perhaps top 3 games of all time in the Mario franchise? They don't have to be main series games, they can be anything. So feel free to subscribe and also comment below what are your favorite Mario games. In terms of my favorite Mario memories, I got my start playing the original Mario games, meaning Mario 3 and the original Mario 1 at my best friend's house when I was in like kindergarten to grade 1. I didn't have anything Nintendo at the time, I had a Sega Genesis, and that game blew my mind, Mario 3. Then when we started playing Super Mario World, Ghost Houses, what is going on? That was so cool to me. Another great experience and moment was playing Super Mario 64 at my cousin's house, and Mario Kart at my cousin's house. More on that later. And then the last moment for me that was great within the Mario franchise was the first time playing through Mario on the N64 for Paper Mario. One of my most nostalgic games of all time. Love the Mario RPG franchise in itself. And honestly, I just gotta give a mention to Super Mario Galaxy 2. I remember getting that game at launch in the summer and not putting it down basically for 3 days straight until I completed it. Such a fantastic experience. So many great Mario experiences. By the way, I was looking at this wall. There are roughly 35 unique Mario games on this Mario wall. There are 17 on the top shelf, and I'm not including games that are like Super Mario All-Stars, because those are just compilation games, or any of the remakes. And then on the bottom shelf, there's roughly 18 more, again, not including remakes, like the ones on the Game Boy Advance, but unique brand new games, and RPG games and Mario Luigi games. 35 of them for the Mario's 35th anniversary. The main thing that Nintendo is doing to celebrate Mario Day is to take 35% off some of their Mario-themed games, including these ones right here. Now, I heard that there's a 5th game that could potentially be on sale in your area. It's Yoshi's Crafted World, so make sure you look out for that as well. But each of these games is 35% off. So if you live in the United States, instead of these costing around $60, they're around $39. That is a crazy deal. Normally Nintendo games almost never go on sale. A lot of the games that were out at launch for the Switch still have not been discounted. So this is one of the best deals that you'll ever see. So let's go through each of these games. First of all, let's just talk quickly about Mario Maker 2. Nintendo announced that it is discontinuing the upload feature in Mario Maker 1 earlier this year. I think it was in February that was discontinued, but you can still play the games online. And a lot of people, of course, are switching over to the Nintendo Switch and Mario Maker 2. This is, to me, the best deal right now for Mario Day. I think this has just an infinite amount of content. You can create your own levels with slopes. This is a lot of fun, and honestly, you can get lost in this game, not only for hours or days, but months, especially if you like playing Mario games, especially 2D Mario games, and maybe a lot of you are creative as well, so I think that's my number 1 of these 4 that are on sale. The next one, to me, that's probably the best deal is Luigi's Mansion 3. This one, of course, was a sequel to the one that came out on the Nintendo GameCube, which was the original Luigi's Mansion, and then we had another one which was called Dark Moon on the 3DS. This one has Gooigi and Luigi. You can play this in 2-player, which is a nice touch as well. You can actually play this with up to 8 players, it says here, for some of the different modes in the game. This, overall, to me, is the second best experience that you can get. It's under $40 for a main game, basically. I know it's not a Mario game, but Luigi's close enough. Luigi always needs some love as well. So that's probably my second best pick. And then the third best pick, in my opinion, is this one right here, Super Mario Party. This one has never received an update. There's no DLC. However, if you have some friends to play with, you're going to have a good time playing Super Mario Party. It's not my favorite in the series. I actually prefer some others that maybe I'll talk about later in this video. There's only 4 maps in this, and the fun part about this game is you do get allies, which help you roll more dice to go farther around the board, essentially. It kind of changes up the formula a little bit for Mario Party, but the boards just feel a little bit too small for me, and I really wish they released some sort of an update. I feel like the Nintendo Switch would have been really fitting to put the top 100 on it. Basically, the Mario Party top 100 games, and that's on the 3DS. I want them to port that to the Switch and fix it and put in full maps, and I would love to see DLC for this. Maybe they're going to come out with Super Mario Party 2 at some point, I don't really know. So this one, under $40, is worth it. If it's more than that at full price, I'm not really sure. And then to me, the weakest of the 4 options is this one right here. This is Mario Tennis Aces. This to me will not at all be the same quality as the Mario Rush game that's coming to the Switch later this year. That game looks really interesting and it has RPG elements. This one doesn't feel like a full-fledged game. There's not enough to it. The online mode is probably the most fun when you play against other people, but I'm not sure how active that online mode will be. Maybe it'll pick up a little bit because of this sale for Mario Day, but otherwise, I don't see a lot to come back to this game. I prefer playing the one on the GameCube, and even the one on the N64 is more fun than this one in my opinion. I really wish they released like a full-fledged tennis game all over again and did it right like they are with golf. So that's probably the weakest of the 4, and I mentioned Yoshi's Crafted World. You might be able to find, I think Walmart had that on sale for less than $40 as well. So 35% off to celebrate the 35th anniversary of all of these games. Of these 4, let me know which one you would be most inclined to get. Do you have any of them? Do you have all of them like me already? I almost wish I didn't have them so I could buy them on sale to celebrate Mario Day. Just as a quick heads up, these 4 games that are on sale, the sale ends later this week. So either on the 12th or the 13th, you won't be able to get these games on sale anymore. And not only are they available digitally at that price, but a lot of retailers have been price matching that in store already. So you can get the physical copies. As a collector, I of course like physical copies of the games on sale. So keep that in mind. Another way Nintendo is celebrating Mario Day is they have some sales on shirts and other memorabilia, including hats and hoodies, on their Nintendo website. So something like this is the Super Mario Bros. 3 t-shirt. It says 1990 on the side of the box. It is celebrating the 35th anniversary. Again, thank you so much to Yuki for sending me this. So the shirt itself, let me just show you, but a lot of the items are 35% off right now. Now, when I look in my area, which I'm located in Canada, there's not much left. Most things are sold out. But in the US, when I check their website, there's a lot more that is still in stock. So consider going to check it out, by the way. If you can, that would be a fantastic thing to kind of pick up, especially if it's still 35% off, because I think the t-shirts and other memorabilia, and the hats in particular, are really cool. There is a hoodie with Mario 35 all over it with so many different logos of Mario that I wish I could get, but it's sold out in my area. So definitely consider that as well. Another way Nintendo was celebrating Mario's 35th anniversary was by doing and presenting Mario missions on their website. If you complete enough missions, you essentially can get a pin set. You also have to register this game right here, Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury. A great game to play on Mario Day. Bowser's Fury, a lot of fun. I wish it was longer, but it's a great pack-in to get with Mario 3D World, which is one of my wife's and my favorite game of all time. I love playing through as Catsuit Mario. So cool, especially like Super Saiyan Catsuit Mario. Yeah, that exists in Bowser's Fury. So if you buy this game and you register it on your Switch, then it will be linked as one of the missions completed. After you do that, if you complete 15 other missions in total, and maybe some of you have been doing that already, then you can get the second pin set. I missed out on the first pin set entirely, so the second pin set, right now I'm at 14 missions out of 15. I visited the island Nintendo created for Mario Day as my 15th mission completion, so I'm just waiting to get that, and then I'm hoping to order that pin set, because on eBay, online, that pin set is selling for well over $100, sometimes over $150 for those pin sets. It would be really cool to kind of get that, so another thing to check out, especially before they expire, because at the end of the month, I think they're all done, the Mario set, and also completing those missions and playing through Bowser's Fury or Super Mario 3D World. Also on the Nintendo website, if you register to get enough platinum coins, I think it's platinum coins, not gold coins, you can order the poster set. Now this poster set is for Super Mario 3D All-Stars. So you get a poster for Super Mario 64. It's so hard to find a poster for this one. You also get one for Super Mario Sunshine, and of course you get one for Super Mario Galaxy. So this is really exciting. You get all three of them. I think they're going to look great when I put them in my Nintendo room, probably coming down the stairs so you see them. And these are free as long as you register enough games. So they're not really free because you obviously have to buy quite a few games to get to that point. But I'm really happy that they were restocked. Another thing that you can do, maybe celebrate, put some posters up in your room. Another thing that I love that's Mario related for Mario Day. And speaking of which, you can also get Super Mario 3D All-Stars. So this is three of my favorite games of all time on one pack. I really wish it had Galaxy 2 on this. Apparently this one's not going to be sold in stores anymore either after March 31st, so consider getting this now. It's not on sale for 35% off. However, I'm really curious what's going to happen after March 31st. You guys can comment below and let me know what you think's going to happen. Again, I might make a video about that specifically closer to the end of the month, but as a heads up, get this now before it's out of stock and before it goes off the store, basically. Off the store shelves. You can't even access it anymore. I do expect Nintendo to release these individually as downloadable options, but the game prices might be more expensive, so get that now. You can celebrate Mario Day by playing either Mario 64 Sunshine or Galaxy, and they even fixed the controls and the camera so I can finally play these games without the inverted or uninverted controls. So fun, love this set. I wish it was a little bit better and not just emulated, but overall, even the soundtracks on this are outstanding and I listen to them too. Another thing you might want to consider picking up is the Mario Red and Blue edition of the Nintendo Switch. This system looks fantastic. I really love the color scheme here, obviously, and it does come with a carrying case for this, which is wonderful to have included as well. The dock is red and the system is red itself, making it one of the first Switch systems that's a different color that's a normal Switch. Now later this year, maybe we get the Switch Pro, maybe we don't. I would love to get a Legend of Zelda themed console. Even though this one doesn't really say Mario anywhere really on the box, other than right here for the carrying case, this is most definitely a Mario themed Switch through and through, and the Joy-Con straps are truly, they're fantastic. So if you don't have a Switch yet, I recommend picking up this variation. I think that's a good way to celebrate Mario Day. Another console you might want to consider picking up is the Game & Watch for Super Mario Bros. This is such a cool release that I can't believe Nintendo did it. Not only does it have the original Super Mario Bros., but it also has the Lost Levels, and it has tons of Easter eggs hidden on the system as well. Now, I know emulation makes playing the original Mario game really quite simple. However, this is such a cool release from Nintendo, and just as a heads up, this might not be sold after March 31st anymore. So you might want to just look around your area, see if you can find this. I picked up a second one of these, factory sealed, to keep in my collection. It's so wonderfully nostalgic having a Game & Watch released, and I'm really curious if Nintendo's going to pull them off store shelves at the end of the month, but that's probably worthy of its own video closer to the end of March. Celebrate Mario Day. Maybe consider picking up this Game & Watch. Another fun way you could celebrate Mario Day is by creating a course for Mario Kart Live. This is something that I've actually been waiting to do for a while, so hopefully tomorrow I have some time. My wife and I can take everything out of this box and set up a course around the Nintendo room. If I do get around to doing that, maybe it won't be tomorrow, maybe it'll be this weekend or another time this month, then hopefully I'll upload a video of just going around the Nintendo room as a Mario Kart course. That would be so cool. So not only is there this Mario set, but there's also a Luigi set for this, and honestly, I cannot believe that, like, it's virtual reality meets Mario Kart. I would have dreamed to have this as a kid. It's so cool to have this, and I can't wait for my nephew and hopefully my children one day down the road to be able to play this as well. So set up a course, celebrate Mario Day by playing some home circuit and really just enjoying yourself. That would be a blast. Something that I wanted to do, and I do recommend you guys as well, is what are your top Mario games? What are your favorite Mario games of all time? You can rank them as your top 3. I'm about to give my top 3 main series Mario games, then my top 3 RPG Mario games, my top 3 Mario Kart games, and my top 3 Mario Party games. So if you want to answer any of those in the comments below, that would be wonderful. That would be so cool. Alright, first up for me, in terms of the main series, it all starts with this, Super Mario 64. I love playing the 2D games, but honestly, Mario in 3D for the first time was tremendously outstanding. I cannot believe how much Nintendo hit this game out of the park. Jolly Roger Bay, Lethal Lava Land, Shifting Sandland, Rainbow Ride. I cannot believe how many great levels there are in this game, and the soundtrack, and the hidden secrets, the castle's secret stars that I couldn't find forever. This is probably my #1 Mario game of all time. I know it depends on the day, but personally, this is probably it. This is probably #1 for me, especially in terms of nostalgia. I love Super Mario 64. Now, pivoting a little bit to 2D Mario games, my personal favorite 2D Mario game is Mario Bros. 3, this one right here. I always go back and forth between this one and Super Mario World, which has so many cool levels like Tubular and all that secret stuff. However, I like the power-ups a little bit better in this one, and I love the theme of all of the worlds. Every world feels so unique. In Super Mario World, sometimes when I play a level, I can't quite pinpoint what level I'm in. And this one, of course, you have like Grassland, Desert Land, and so forth with all the theming of the levels, which is so cool. This is my favorite 2D Mario game. If I'm going to sit down and play one of them, I love playing through this one at least once a year. What's your favorite 2D Mario game? And then my third pick for my favorite game, this was really tough. Odyssey really gave this game a run for its money, and honestly, every single Mario game is fantastic. But I chose to go with Super Mario Galaxy 2. Even though nostalgia goggles on, I like Mario Galaxy 1 better. This is definitely the better game. There's also all the green stars, which makes this a better playthrough as it is, and I really wish this came out on the Nintendo Switch. Yoshi's in this game, that alone makes this fantastic, but honestly, this is such a thorough experience that Nintendo just kept one-upping themselves more and more and more. You get Rock Mario, you also have Cloud Mario, which is one of the best suits in any Mario game, and Yoshi has his own power-ups as well. I can't speak highly enough about this game. It does feel a little bit linear at times, but there are those giant levels, so it's a little bit less linear than something like Super Mario 3D World. This is my third top Mario game from the main franchise. Next up, I'm going to talk about Mario RPG games and give my favorites there. Super Mario RPG actually had its anniversary yesterday on March the 9th. It turned 25 years old. That's crazy. I put out a poll here on YouTube and also on Twitter. You can follow me at Collect Nintendo on Twitter, by the way. So I put out a poll asking, what's your favorite Mario RPG game? And the winners was kind of split between this one right here and also Thousand Year Door. Now, more people might have voted for this because maybe that's my audience, or maybe perhaps because of the anniversary, more people were feeling more nostalgic to it. But honestly, this is my number 3. This is my third top Mario RPG game. I know Origami King is actually quite good on the Switch, and I really like Superstar Saga, but this one, I just can't believe that this started the entire Mario RPG franchise. You don't get Mario and Luigi without this game. You don't get Paper Mario without this game. It's a little bit difficult for me to control because of the isometric view. However, Square, I think it was Square who made this, of course, they did such a good job with this game and all the characters and the writing and the style. It started it all. Play Mario RPG as part of the celebration. So good. Now, next up, this is probably my personal favorite game of all time. This is Paper Mario on the N64, but I am calling this, to me, the second best game in the franchise, which is a highly debatable topic, of course. So I do think that there's a stronger candidate than this, but this is, for me, my childhood. I love this. I love the badge system. I love the star pieces hidden throughout the world. I love the interconnected kingdom with all of the tunnels that you can go basically from different parts of the world to one another, and the partner system and the RPG elements and the turn-based battles. This is, to me, what Paper Mario was all about. I loved it. It was a great sequel to Super Mario RPG, and originally this was actually called Super Mario RPG 2, but they changed it up a little bit because I think Square owned the previous one. Love this game. One of my personal favorites of all time. And the number 1 RPG Mario game, in my opinion, is this one right here, Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door. It's so good, I have my own copy right here, but I also have my wife's copy down here at the bottom as well. Such a fantastic game. This one took everything that Paper Mario did on the N64 and made it even better. The crowd system that watches you while you're doing your turn-based battles is outstanding. I do like the partners in this. There's even an optional partner in this game. You have dragons that you're fighting off against as well, and the graphics look fantastic and the music is quite good too. The only flaw I have with this game is there's a bit too much backtracking for my liking, but to me, this is the best Mario RPG experience. You can even turn Mario into kind of origami in terms of a boat and a plane, and you can roll them up. Kind of inspiration for Origami King as well. If you haven't played Thousand Year Door, you're probably missing out on the best Mario RPG experience. Now, honorable mention goes to Superstar Saga, and of course also Origami King, with a huge shout out to Super Paper Mario for probably, on the Wii, probably Super Paper Mario has the best story of any Mario RPG game, by the way. So those are my top 3 Mario RPG games. Mario Kart is next. I love playing the Super Nintendo version, but it's a little bit too old, I guess, for my liking, and it only has 2 players. But then came Mario Kart 64. My cousins had this at their house. It blew my mind how good this game was. I always wanted to go to their house just so I could play this and Super Mario 64. The courses to me are so iconic. There's 8 playable characters. You can play with 4 players local for the first time in Mario Kart. That was a blast, and the battle mode was so good in this game. Block Fort, such a good level, basically. I feel like every Mario Kart game is trying to live up to this standard, and I absolutely love playing Mario Kart on the Nintendo 64. Such a rush. After that, we have the Nintendo GameCube Mario Kart, which is either my top Mario Kart game or my second favorite Mario Kart game. This one has the bonus disc, so it's a little bit different, and it does have the dual discs, so 2 of them. If you want to get one as a collector, maybe consider trying to get this one. So Double Dash is the most unique Mario Kart game in the franchise. 2 characters in one kart. For every character in the Mario Kart franchise, they tried pairing them with another character. Mario pairs well with Luigi, Daisy with Peach, but then you have Yoshi with Birdo, and then you have some characters that were just like created for this kind of a game. Wario with Waluigi, there's so many great pairings, but then you can also mess up the pairings even more. So 2 people in a cart, you can hold 2 items, and they automatically switch who's driving and who has the item in the background. 16 courses, mirror mode, all cup tour, and a battle mode that was a lot of fun as well. Bomb Blast, whatever it's called with the bob-ombs, is an insane mode if you're playing on the Nintendo GameCube course. There is a GameCube course, it's just a square, and it's fantastic. Then there's Shine Thief, and there's also the classic balloon mode. This game is so much fun, and there's so much heart in Mario Kart. It only gets a little bit of a knockdown because it only has 16 courses, and a lot of the games that are more recent have way more than 16 courses, but they're all so unique, and even some of them you can see in the background the other Mario Kart courses while you're driving around. Baby Park, crazy good course, love this game. And then, in my opinion, the top Mario Kart game, we're all so lucky to have this out now, is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. This one has the DLC from the Wii U version. It honestly is the definitive Mario Kart game. Some of the best controls, the best graphics, some of the best music, the most courses. I think this has 32 courses, maybe even more than that in this game. You can play 200cc for the first time in Mario Kart. You can go way faster than you ever have before. It's only 1 character in each kart, but I wish maybe they have Mario Kart 9 coming sometime soon. I do want that, but right now, this is one of the best-selling games on the Switch, and it's also the best Mario Kart game in my opinion. Next up are the Mario Parties. So I'm going to start with my 3rd pick for a game that I would probably play for the Mario Party franchise. So many of them are really similar. The first one loses some marks because it doesn't have the best style of game sometimes, and there's that game where you have to rotate your palm and you rip open your palm. But regardless, I'm going to start with Mario Party 8. To me, this is probably not the top 3, but it is in terms of how often I play it, because all of my friends love playing this game, my wife loves playing this game, even my brother-in-law. I can get anyone to play Mario Party 8. The mini-games overall are pretty good. There's a little bit too much of a reliance on this one, with motion controls and shaking the Wii remote. But this one's way better than Mario Party 9 and 10 in my opinion. The courses are still full-fledged Mario courses. You also have items that make a lot of sense in this, and I love playing through this game with friends. The second one I'm going to pick is Mario Party 6 on the Nintendo GameCube, but any of the GameCube Mario Parties, you really can't go wrong. I love this one for the night and day component. It's fantastic and kind of changes up the maps and the gameplay quite a bit. You have the option of using the microphone in this game, but you don't need to. And honestly, I love the maps, I love the characters. My wife and I still go back to this all the time, and the mini games are fantastic on most of the GameCube games. So I really recommend Mario Party 6. And my number one personal favorite Mario Party is this one right here, Mario Party 2. It just did everything Mario Party 1 did and upped it, and also it really helps a lot actually that my best friends love playing this game. Whenever we're together, this one almost always makes it into our N64, and we play some 4-player gameplay. Reese, Kevin, Jordan, I miss you guys a lot, and Kyle and everyone else, I miss playing these games with you guys. So this game is just so wonderful that Mario Party 3 is just as good as well, probably, but I just prefer the maps in this one a bit more, and I prefer the mini games in this one a bit more. Does it hold up over time? I think it does, but if you've never played the N64, you won't be as used to the controls just like any system. But this is my personal favorite Mario Party, especially because of my friends and the fact that I can play with them all the time. Thank you so much for celebrating Mario Day with me. I really would love to hear what you're going to do for the day. Are you going to play a game? Are you able to pick up any of those games that are on sale at that ridiculous price of under $40 US to try and get them as well? Thanks so much for watching. Stay awesome, everyone. Go collect them all. Keep smiling while gaming. Happy Mario Day 2021.